they want to be free, but do they understand that freedom is not free? It comes at a cost. In this video, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to tap into a cultural conversation that has gotten out of hand. Right now, bonnets, weaves being worn at funerals, in the doctor's office, at airports has gotten out of control. But it's not about the bonnets. We're going to talk about what's really going on with the state of black culture and this whole new trend that we're seeing with Kevin Samuels and what he's created. And we're going to get into it. Now, me, myself, if you don't know, I'm your platform partner, your hustling homie Jackson, all about helping you take action. Yes, I talk to you about getting money over here. We're talking about power and wealth. You don't know, at one point in time, yes, I have a hair extension business and I've sold bonnets. So my perspective is a little different. So I feel like I had to tap into it because, again, I've been in a business of making money off these bonnets. And so if you don't know, let's talk about this for a minute. So if you're brand new and you've been kind of out of tune, your algorithm doesn't tune into a lot of black affairs. You have Monique, all right? She has been recently put out a video about black women wearing bonnets, and now the whole internet's going crazy. You got black folks. So this is a post that I posted on one of the channels here. And what's happening is you got a lot of sisters are ready for battle. They didn't put their bonnets on. They didn't put on, the fake nails, and they were ready to go to war. Now, let me tell you this. Let's look at some of the comments before I give you my perspective on all of this. So you're looking at me and you say like, oh, he wearing a bonnet. He looks ridiculous. Well, I'm wearing this because there's got to be a standard. The same way where you don't want to see me wearing this is certain places where you just don't wear certain things. And we're going to talk about that. But the reality is I don't really care what you do, but I want to dig into a little bit deeper on where I think all of this is really coming from, because I don't think none of this outrage is really about bonnets. But before we get into it, let's look at some of their Now, this post, when it was posted, literally within 10 minutes, we had over 50 comments on this post. All right, so you see got 160 something. So you had, oh my God, Monique, you have no idea what another person is going through in their life if they chose to wear a bonnet or if they chose to dress in a certain way. This is truly their business. Now, if you want to go do comedy, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know what else she said. So this was interesting because now she's going to the extreme, saying you don't know what a person's going through. But if you listen to Monique's message, and we can play Monique's video in a second here. I don't think she was talking about really the few people that wear bonnets, because there's going to be a few people. You always going to have a few people. And in every community, you're going to have a few. You're going to have white trash in the white community, and the black community, you may have some people that you call like the hood rats or the hood or those people. And every community has it. They're not good or bad. It just is what it is. Monique was really talking more about a growing trend. And to me, what was interesting on this is looking at how many women started to really go crazy and battle each other over this topic. There's this generalized mind your business, quote unquote, while also saying we need to stick together and teach one another, in addition to being so easily offended and barking at the black women while also claiming to be pro-black. It's just too much. Also, there was another comment. One woman even correlated this to Muslim women on how they wear their garbs, the Muslim garbs in the airport. She said, at one point in time, we listened to our elders and their advice. Anything that elevates us is only a plus. So you got some people that's in agreement with her. Here's interesting. Somebody says, please stop policing black bodies. Those with platforms might want to use it for some bigger flights. Policing black bodies. All right, let's stop for a minute. All right. Here's another one. You said, let them continue to be who they are, and they will attract what they are. Now, here's where I want to stop for a moment. First of all, the idea that just let people do whatever they want to do, that is very dangerous. To say just let them do what they want to do, that's a very dangerous mindset, and let me tell you why. Because you got to understand that in America, when you're black and another person's black, y'all are wearing the same jersey. You on the same team, you got the same brand, you in the same company. I'm gonna give you an example. Imagine if somebody from Federal Express, or let's say somebody robbed a bank, and you have video footage of somebody robbing the bank and killing someone, but they had on the Federal Express uniform. Even if that person didn't work at FedEx, the price of FedEx is going to go down. All right, simply because of the image, the power of the image, the power of the brand. And some people, they just to see that image of whatever that jersey was, whatever that brand was, is automatically going to affect the stock. So you got to understand other black people, the way that they move, the standards that they have, how they dress, believe it or not, but it will impact you. It's going to impact your children. It's going to impact you in ways and in the media and how people perceive you. It also impacts you with even how you got black folks that are being gunned down in the police. Now, someone even said here in another tweet, hold on, we're going to go to Monique's video here.
Hey, my sweet baby. I've been thinking long and hard about what I'm going to say in this post. Because the post that I did Friday in reference to us being the best us that we could be, it rubbed some people wrong. But I want to share this with y'all. And there were two people in my life that, had I taken a different attitude, I could have felt like they was rubbing me wrong. But I'm glad I took the attitude of appreciation and gratitude because they tapped me. And that was Patty LaBelle and Margaret Avery. Patty LaBelle had to tap me one night. We were getting ready to do a show, and I was in my feelings over some shit. And that woman had to come tap me and tell me to get myself together. And she didn't tell me with lollipop kisses and pancakes with syrup all over. She told me what I really wanted to hear. And I was grateful for that night because it impacted my life. Miss Margaret Avery, I was grateful the night she called my dressing room. And she said to me, baby, focus on getting some more of that weight off of you because I see what you're doing. And I'm glad those two women loved me enough that they would go out of their way to talk to me in a way that aunties, mamas, big sisters talk to their little sisters.
All right. So only reason I wanted to play this, let's look at one of the responses here. Now, keep in mind, Monique was very sweet. A lot of people talk about Kevin Samuels and they say, oh, his tone he's mean and he sounds so mean. But then when you got Monique saying some of the same messages, basically saying, hey, let's have a standard on how we move out here. She said this sweet. She said this uplifting. Look at this. She's even going to say, hey, sister, you're beautiful. Let your beauty shine.
Nieces, grandbabies, daughters. I was grateful for that because it allowed me to think about things differently. Never once did I think those women were trying to be offensive. Did I think they were trying to be nasty or mean? I thought what it was nothing but love. So for you babies that have taken offense to what I said, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with y'all being in your feelings about it. I'm okay with that. Because when you love somebody for real, I know y'all will get over that.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. Look at one of the reactions. Somebody said, go sit down somewhere, beloved. Our people got lynched and murdered in Sunday's best attire. No, I don't wear bonnets, pajamas, or socks and slides outdoor, but I'm not self-righteous person trying to defend other people's respectability either. All right. So let me say this and as we begin to wind this video down. First of all, to me, the issue, here's a bigger issue. It's not necessarily about the bonnets. Look, me as a man, I'm not going to tell a woman what they should be doing or not, or shouldn't be doing. All right. But what I will say is this. The thing that sticks out on why I even made this video is, listen, why would you even use your energy to even want to defend this. Like, hey, if you don't have any if you don't wear bonnets, why are you even do you know how valuable your energy is? Why would you even waste your energy in all of these replies? See, black people in the community, there's a section of us that we have become a master at wasting energy, mastering just everything except for focusing on things that really matter. And so I think the deeper issue is fake outrage. I think a lot of these folks really honestly don't care if people wear bonnets or not. But the reason why so many people here have something to say, I think a bigger issue is the fact that they want to feel some source of power, right? This is, to me, a lot of this is fake outrage. When you live your life day to day and you unfortunately do not have a lot of power in your life, meaning you may be stuck at dead end jobs, or let's just say, because a lot of these people, they would not have the same energy. In fact, they don't have the same energy when it comes to like white folks, and when you have black people being murdered by police officers. We don't have energy like this over so many issues that's really holding us down. But when it comes to attacking another black person, it's a lot of energy, and I think it's fake outrage, because there's a lot of folks that just don't have power, and they want to feel some power. No different than, you got some black men that would never rob a white person, but they'll go out in a black neighborhood and rob black people. So if that is a part of the issue, I'm not saying that's the whole issue. On this channel, what we talk about is how do you begin to really get real power. So there's multiple ways. But one way we talk about is you can get more power by, for one, owning and controlling resources and assets, owning a land, being able to really own your communities, and cryptocurrency, real estate. Buying land is a great way for us to really gain more power through that power of ownership. Because see, when you're a boss and you really making moves, you don't have time to be making fucking Facebook and YouTube or Instagram responses. The only reason I'm making a response is because, to me, this is an opportunity to talk about, if you really want some power, we can get you into cryptocurrency, right? So it makes sense because I like helping people, and I know some people in here, deep down, they want some power. Look at this. This generation is stubborn. They can't take constructive criticism. Here's the thing. Now, this is a man that said that. Me as a man, I want to say this too, to a lot of black women, is that a lot of black women, they should be protected. But in order to get protection, you got to have correction. If you want protection, you got to have correction. You cannot expect for black men or even the community to come and protect you when you're being attacked by other cultures. You're being attacked in almost any way if you're not willing to be corrected. If you don't matter, it don't matter how you feel about if people should wear bonnets or don't wear bonnets. That's not your responsibility to always voice and react and want to argue all the time. Just shut up. All right. And just, if you want to wear bonnets, keep wearing your bonnets, if that's what you want to do. Many of you all, unfortunately, just feel like you have to just respond and put and drain all of this energy. Focus your energy on things that are going to really help you produce, instead of, imagine how long does it take? Look at some of these people fucking messages. How long does it take to write some of this stuff? Here it is. Oh, she said, I'm not listening to nobody that ain't doing nothing for me. Okay, that's interesting. She said, I'm not listening to anybody that ain't doing nothing for me. And that here, to me, this is a big problem here. This is a big problem. You see, as a black man, what I realize, there's a difference between some black women. It's not all, but a few. In the mindset of some women who say stuff like, I'm not listening to anybody that's not doing anything for me, That's an independent toxic mindset. That's a mindset that thinks if she helps me, let's say I have a business, she thinks if she supports me, she thinks that her supporting me is not going to benefit her. She thinks that her supporting me, like I'm not going to then take a portion of my money and then benefit the community. Like the image of a black man of being, successful isn't going to then later on and help the entire a lot of other people outside of myself. She thinks that if she supports me, that she's losing out, that I'm taking something from her. We got to get out of this super independent, I'm all alone by myself, you ain't doing nothing for me. That is a child's mindset. And I'm saying that respectfully. Because we can't be too independent. We have to be more interdependent. You got to understand that when you support a black man, you are supporting the black community. There's going to be some black men that are going to be responsible and they're helping you in ways that you don't even know. Talking about you not listening to anybody. Do you understand that, like even Monique, and I'm not saying I agree completely with Monique, but her just being who she is as a black woman and her image of this is powerful for you and your children, just to have that image. But a lot of us don't understand the power of image and how that image, everything that you bought that you're wearing right now, the clothes that you have, what made you decide that you want to wear those clothes? What made you want to buy the brands that you buy from when you were a child to now? Usually it was some type of marketing and some type of image that you saw. I mean, if we go back to the 90s, we can think about when I was young. I remember when Bone Thugs and Harmony came out with the afros, and everybody was wearing fros. I remember when Lil Wayne got real popular, he was wearing locks. Now all the rappers was wearing locks. Like the power of image influences the community tremendously. So whether you think a person is impacting you or not, that's black like you, it does have some impact, bigger than you understand. So, and I say that respectfully. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to go in. I'm honestly looking at the fact that we gotta also understand a lot of these terminology that people are using when people are talking about toxic masculinity, and people are talking about what are some of these other terms I saw here. Let me pull up some of these terms here. People talking about respectable politics and using terms like policing black women's bodies. When a lot of people say this stuff, it makes me wonder, where did you learn that? Because these are new words, new terms that haven't existed for more than 3 to 5 years. And are you using that just to try to sound smart so that another person you're talking to don't know, they think that you're smart, they think you know what you're talking about? I mean, you got to look at your results. Can we stop policing black women's bodies? Okay. So you feel like black women should just do whatever they want. Like, that's almost like saying if you got a daughter, would you allow your daughter to just go outside with anything on? She can go outside butt naked if she wanted to, if that's what she want to do, right? If somebody say, no, your daughter should put on some clothes, cover herself up a little bit. Okay, that's a problem. All right, okay. At some point, something has to be policed, whether you like it or not, But I'll call out my brothers. And I want to say to all of the men, it's our responsibility, to identify a lot of this stuff. It's the sisters, but it's also the men, because this has gotten out of control. It's totally out of control. Look, it says, who would have thought that a bonnet could stir up so much drama? I really don't think this is about the bonnet. This is deeper than the bonnet. We dealing with a lot of women that just don't want to be told what to do, and they're out of control, and they put in the energy on social media as another, because this makes them feel like they're somewhat powerful. It's like, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do, and that's not real power. It's a false sense of power, especially when you think you're powerful, but then you at any point in time you can go get your head beat up by an officer and then there's no repercussions, right? You go get shot up, killed, murdered, and there's no repercussions. The officers still get away without any consequences, and then the entire system is against you. There's no power in that. So if we really want power, we really have to start. We really have to start one, um, getting us some assets, having some control. Okay, in our community, back when you look at before the civil rights in the 1960s, when black families were stronger, were more put together, meaning the fathers and things were present. At that time, we had more properties, we had more land, we had more. Even during redlining, you still had black men who would be building houses with themselves. We still had our grandparents who had gardens and really knew how to feed us proper stuff, right? But with that came some policing. It came some rules and regulations. Nowadays, there's a lot of people who don't want regulations, and then they want to take the energy and go online. Um, but with that being said, it says nothing wrong with telling these trifling women to stop wearing what you wear, the stuff that you wear to bed, to the store. Simple. All right. So, and to be clear, I don't think this only applies to women. I think the same thing applies to a lot of black men as well. I mean, because I know at one point in time, you can get a picture of some African Egyptians and put it online, and you may have some black men that may argue over if we're really from Africa or not. Or, if the Hebrews were really Hebrews and it was the Egyptians that um, enslaved the black people. And you have folks that are just, it's fake outrage. Fake outrage. So look, if you want real power and not just flexing on the internet, just trying to, be heard, because I get it. A lot of people feel like their opinions aren't heard. And if you want some real power, first, get you some resources, get you some crypto. You want to learn more about cryptocurrency, subscribe to this page. I don't normally make videos about this stuff. I make videos about how to get resources, assets, and then keep them, protect them, and circulate them. So with that being said, all of this is just me giving some opinion and an observation. But I love all the black women. I love my black women, even the ones that wear bonnets at the airport. All right. So if you want to learn more, follow me on YouTube, and I look forward to seeing y'all. It's for more videos where we talk about getting this money. I'm your platform partner, your hustling homie Jackson, all about helping you take action. Peace.